As a sample lesson, let me show you an example of the logarithmic differentiation. This is a pretty typical question that is not very obvious. Let's say we have a function f from x, which is equal to x in the power of cosine x. And we would like to calculate the derivative of it. Now, if you look at this, we cannot say that f from x is a power function or it's exponential function, because x dependence is both in the base of the power and the power itself. So to be able to calculate derivative and to use one of the known formulas, first we need to transform the function a little bit, and in this way push the dependence either in the base or in the power itself. It's easier to push it in the power, and what we are going to do is we are going to use the fact that x can be represented as e in the power of log x. And then all of it is in the power of cosine x. This is exactly the same function as before. But now, using the properties of the power, we can say that this is equal to e in the power of log x times cosine x. And now we have a pure exponential function that has a power that depends on x. And we can use the chain rule to calculate the derivative. So let's go ahead and do it. F prime from x is going to be derivative of e to the power of log x times cosine x. So here we're going to use the chain rule. And when we use the chain rule, first we take a derivative of the outer function is exponential. So we take a derivative of e to the power, and this gives us the same exponential, e in the power of log x times cosine x, and times derivative of the argument. In this case, it's derivative of log x times cosine x. Derivative. Keep in mind that this, if you compare with our function, is basically our f from x, so x in the power of cosine x. We didn't have to, but it's a little bit easier to write it this way. And then we multiply it by the derivative of the product. So to calculate the derivative here, what we need to do is we need to use a product rule. So we get x in the power of cosine x. And the product rule tells us that we need to take a derivative of the first term, which is derivative of the log, and it's just 1 over x, times cosine, second term, which is cosine x, and plus the first term, which is a log of x, times derivative of the second term. Derivative of the cosine is minus sine. This is basically an answer. Let's simplify it a little bit. And we get x in the power of cosine x times cosine x divided by x minus log x times sine x. And this is it.